the most important thing that you want to know when you're working on the engine is there any distinguishing marks? Is it a production block? Is it a hypo block, aftermarket block? Is it a block that was offered, the engine that was offered from the factory that was not a engine that was installed in the vehicle, but a support engine or a crate engine? Looking at this block right here, you see the GM 7.4 casting, which lets you know that this engine was an engine that was offered as a rebuild, a factory rebuild. Here's also the numbers off the pad. Those numbers there are important as well. TDS523671. That is important. As well as the casting number. As well as the year the engine was made. Which is here, and the casting number on the block's actual casting number, and this GM number here, the alphabet corresponds with the month 14, and this is the serial number of that engine block. So with that being said, you look for any other distinguishing marks on the block that might tell you something about it, about the engine, that might tell you something about the block and that you want to know. And remember, whenever you putting the engine together, the main caps are numbered. Clean them up. See as such. This one here is 1. The very next one is 2. The very next one for that would be 3. This one here is 4. And the one in the very back, you know it's 5 because it can only go one place. And so that gives you the direction. Number 1, number 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you see the caps are pointing forward. I just want to make sure that you have the right orientation. Most of everything on the engine points forward. Everything points forward. You want to make sure you have the main caps in the right situation. As you can see, the cam bearings are gone. They've already been knocked out. And so they will be getting installed, brand new cam bearings, along with all of the freeze plugs for the engine, all of the oil galley plugs, so that way the engine can get cleaned all the way out, blowed out, new oil galley plugs. Then when I get it back, I will blow the engine out again, take WD-40 and spray it down. Then I will start the arduous process of checking the block, cleaning the block, then putting the crankshaft in it, checking the end play, which will be right here, the face here and the face inside here, and you want between 4 and 10 thousandths on it. You don't want it to be no tighter than 4, no looser than 11. So most people shoot for between 6 and 8. 8.4 where they have a good medium. Crank's not gonna rock back and forward. On the engine that's outside in the that I pull out of the truck, what happened with it was the thrust bearing on the crank, the thrust washer on the crank went out. And so what happened was it made the engine have a lot of excessive play on the crankshaft. So what it did was allowed it to move, allowed the crank to move in it. And what that did was affected the oil pressure of the engine, because if the crank's moving forward and back, see how it does? See how the crank moves forward and back? See that? That's too much end play. So what that does is that affects, with it moving like that, that affects the oil pressure, because it's moving while the engine is running, and in doing so, the oil pressure is gonna be low. It'll start out sometime high, but for the most part, it'll be low because you're moving, and the crank is moving, and it's cutting off the oil. It's cutting off the oil passages, which in turn means that it won't get any oil. So that's why that end play is so important to check your end play in the engine. So important to check it, because this thing here, the way it's moving, it ain't doing nothing. It's supposed to be still, supposed to have preload on it, so that the engine will be able, because they oil from the mains first. They oil from the mains first, then second it'll go to the cam, and then from the cam it goes to the lifters to the push rods, and push rods to the rock arms. So if you have a problem with the bottom end of your engine, with the main bearings, and having oil pressure issues, then I can guarantee you that it won't be long. You'll be needing to do a rebuild on it. You'll have to get a line board and all that kind of stuff. Just wanted to show you all why that thrust washer was so important. Like I say, this engine here will go on to another project, a Chevelle or something like that I will be bringing to the channel after I finish this truck here. So just wanted to give a little information that is, no matter what type of engine you use, that this is beneficial. I don't care what kind of engine it is. That will work on any engine. Every engine, you have to check the end play of the crankshaft. So have a great day. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, share, comment. Let's get the channel going. Have a great day. Thanks again.